In the air, fairly deep to right field. And makes the grab. That's out number 2. Here's Betts. For as much as we talk about Mookie Betts' success at the plate, defensively, he's turned into a brilliant outfielder. He's won the Gold Glove 6 times in right field, and yet in 2025, he was a finalist at shortstop, which is absolutely incredible. Betts chasing that time.
I'll tell you what, he's embarrassed right now. Never swings at that kind of pitch, especially that early in the count.
That's a ball. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Makes the sliding grab.
Well, he had to make a quick decision there. Do I dive or do I slide? Perfect technique. He's able to adjust at the end.
All set for the start of the inning. And now for the Phillies, Alec Bohm.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
In for a strike. Went with the sweeper.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Got him. That is his 3rd of the game. And there's a ball. Swings through the sweeper. James Kingsley, our plate umpire, consistent and maybe a little generous on the edges.
Yeah, but he'll give a little bit on the edges, like you said, but from what I've seen, he usually does that when a pitcher is just commanding those parts of the strike zone, and essentially they've earned it. The umpire rolls with them.
Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. A solo shot. The Phillies score first. It's 1-0.
Boog, his plan was to hit the ball hard, and he was going to figure out the rest later. You can't argue with those results. Well, he put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time, took a direct path to the ball, excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
Garcia in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. 1 out, base is empty, and a run in here at the top of the 2nd. Can't make contact with the sweeper. Foul ball, still 0-2. Got him looking for the kill, and that's 4 strikeouts. JT Realmuto steps in. Ripped, but it curls foul. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
And foul ball.
He needs to throw that breaking ball with just a little more conviction to get the swing and miss.
Struck out swinging. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. But the Phils edge closer on this. Back here at Dodger Stadium, we head to the bottom of the 2nd. Freddie Freeman steps to the plate for the Dodgers. This one in the air. Stop under it. And there's one down. Tap foul at the plate. One. On the ground. Throws to first in time. Already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2. Here comes that funky Muncy to the plate. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Stays alive. Fights it off. He'll see another. Hit on the ground to the right side, and it goes just foul.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Bunts it in the air, and that'll do it. We played 2 innings. Back here in L.A., and now for the Phillies, Justin Crawford. Flares it into the outfield. And that's down, a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
That clips the corner.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
And he'll challenge that called strike. So the call will stand. So that removes their last challenge. Good job to fight that one off. Crawford gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Bunting, and he pops it up. Gets it to first, and one away in the top of the 3rd.
Well, just doing his part right there, trying to move that runner into scoring position. Got it down successfully. Now we'll see if they can drive him in from second.
Swung on, belted. Carrying well. And it's out of here. Into the home bullpen for a homer. So he goes yard to left. And they add to their lead. It's 3-0. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at-bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off.
To the right side. Freeman steps on the bag, and there are 2 outs. 2 down, base is empty. Here comes Bryce Harper. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
Filling up the strike zone hasn't been the problem so far. It's the quality of the strikes. That's been.
And now this one's a rocket to right. Way back there. Gone. Bryce Harper with a star scraper. It's their 2nd home run of the inning. Hit on the ground to short. Bats up with it. In plenty of time to first. 3rd out. That ends the frame. But 2 rounds. Set for the bottom of the 3rd. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Teoscar Hernandez. Ground ball up the middle. On the run, sends it over to first. And very nicely done for the out.
Batting 8, the designated hitter, Yohan Ohtani.
Up the middle. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still fires to first. And he's going to make it to first. And we'll see how they score. One down. Now it's the second baseman, Alex Freeland. Popped up, middle of the diamond. Turner settles under it. Makes the grab. Applies the tag, and they get two. Double play. They don't come any quicker. 3 pitches for 3 out. Back here at Chavez Ravine as we go to the top of the 4th. Well, he's been knocked around pretty good so far, but they've got him back out there at least to begin the inning.
Yeah, and you wonder just the strength and perhaps the health of that bullpen for him to go back out there. But he's taking this one for the team. Perhaps he can stabilize things and the offense can score some runs for him.
That one blasted deep to right, way back there. Drops in for a hit, couldn't run it down. Man at first, nobody out. Adolis Garcia stands in for the Phillies. And there's a foul ball. So a workaround situation.
Yeah, kind of. You're not intentionally walking him. You want to compete, but you don't want to give him something too good to hit. If you can get him out on your pitch, then even better, because you've got the pitcher leading off the next inning.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The 0-2.
Ball 1.
That one is absolutely belted. That one is foul, and he'll see another. Line drive to short and caught.
That is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. He hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
This ball's chopped on the ground. Throw on to Freeman. Got the out. And now the center fielder, Justin Crawford. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. That's through there for a strike. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Man at second. This one in the air, center field. Pajes should have this one, and that'll do it. Ready to go, bottom 4. Now it's the Dodger leadoff hitter, Will Smith. Luzardo back to work. Hard hit left side. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
This one in the air, right field, and it drops in. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
First pitch swinging, went up there with the plan to be aggressive. Didn't try to do too much with it, just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with hitters trying to launch and hit home runs, but sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
Fought off foul. Two now. On the ground to the left.
Nope, that's
and
foul.
That's just foul.
Good slip on that fastball at the bottom of the zone. If he's there all day, it's going to be a tough one for the hitters.
And the 0-2. Got him swinging.
No, you know that's going to be very frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike zone extremely well. And you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take that punch out, but ultimately stick with his plan and have more success than anything else.
Freeman in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. Swing and a ground ball up the middle to second, Turner, and he has thrown 4 shutout innings. Back here at Dodger Stadium, ready now for the 5th inning. Kyle Schwarber stands in for the Phillies.
You know, these Phils, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. We've already seen 8 line drives from them, and it's always a good sign when the ball is jumping off your bat. And that's what this offense has been doing so far today.
That one almost got him. In the air to left center. Hernandez moving under this one. And there's one away.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Takes it in for the out.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
Marsh stands in here, takes ball 1 low. Next offering is fouled back. 2 down, nobody on. And that one in the air center field. Pajes under it. He's there. He's got it. And that is that. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Andy Pajes.
Andy Pajes.
This one popped up. 1 down. Popped up. Turner settles underneath it. Takes it in for the out. And now Teoscar Hernandez. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. And it's fouled away. High fly ball out into left center field. Marsh moving under it. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. We're back with a look at key moments so far in this one. In the air left field. And it drops in. And a good start to the inning. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
The batter number 5.
This is Bryson Stott. He launched a solo shot back in the 2nd inning of this one.
Yeah, that was big for these guys early on. Definitely helped them get off onto the right foot.
And a base hit on the line. Stop sign goes up at 3rd. Runners at the corners with 1 out. Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Out at the plate.
Down the tag. Got it.
Here's JT Realmuto.
The catcher, JT Realmuto.
Hard liner. And that is that. Back here in LA, bottom of the 6th, Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And a ground ball to first. Harper takes it himself. 1 pitch and 1 out. That's the 3rd. Boom. Just 1 out remaining for the Dodgers. So back to the top of the order. Will Smith to the plate. Puts a bunt down. Stop. The underhand flip. That's the ball
He's
game.
out.
The 4-0. About 13 miles from downtown Atlanta, welcome to Truist Park. Interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Baltimore Orioles going up against the Atlanta Braves. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. All right, ready to get underway. Gunnar Henderson now at the plate. And with that, we're underway in Atlanta. Swings through that one for strike two.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Fly ball down the line. Yastrzemski on the move towards foul ground. And that one foul, so we'll try it again. Got him swinging. Just getting started. Here at Truist Park outside Atlanta. Strike two.
Two really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
Stays alive. Swing and he breaks his bat. Olsen. He takes it on his own. Two away here in the top of the first. The polar bear, as he was dubbed by his former teammate Todd Frazier.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
Shortened the bunt and missed it, and it's 0-2. Struck him out looking on the backdoor slider. Here's Austin Riley. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Hit hard on the ground and up the middle, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. And that one hops the wall. They hold the runner at second, so another base hit could get us our first run in this one. First and second, no outs. And now it's Matt Olson's turn to hit. In the air, left field, down the line, and that will drop foul. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And they hold him at third as the first run of the game is 90 feet away with no outs. Nice grab. The feed for one. Mike Yastrzemski up here. And there's a foul ball.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
2 on, 1 out. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Line drive, and it stays fair. One runs in. Throw in holds that trail runner at third base. They're at the corners with 2 away. Swing, a high fly ball, well struck. That one carrying. And it's caught just in front of the wall. We move ahead to the top of the second now. Here's the Oriole cleanup hitter, Adley Rutschman. Yeah, that's fouled off.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. You always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Dubon to first. Leadoff man retired here in the second. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup. Struck him out looking.
Well, he went up there trying to be aggressive, that's for sure. Hacking at those first 2 pitches, but clearly that last one fooled him. He could have been sitting on something else entirely, but you want to be able to adjust on 0-2. And
the flip to the pitcher covering. Third out. Bottom of the second. Now in for the Braves, Dominic Smith.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
Smith wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge, and it's going to stay a strike. 1 challenge remaining for them now. Swings through the sweeper. And that one hammered. Carrying well. Out of here.
With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. That's back there. And gone. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they add a run. It's 4-0.
sitting first pitch fastball, and that's what he delivered. He guessed right, squared it up, and he made it look way too easy.
Riley swings through that one as he comes to the plate for the second time today. Swing and a miss, chased it out of the zone. Just off the inside corner. Ball one. High fly ball, right field. O'Neill on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. There's a swing and a drive. That's bad. Out of here.
Got to keep that front shoulder closed and your body square to the plate, especially when you're facing a left-hander. He did all those things until the very last moment where that hit to
Olsen jumps out of the way of ball one. Now it's belted deep to left. Way out of here. Home run.
Always scary for a pitcher when a guy can take a fastball down the middle and hit it to the opposite field. No holes in a swing like that. And that time, that ball was hit hard.
Here comes the 0-1. No question about this one. It's out of here. They hit another, and they boost their lead.
Acuna is someone who is always just a swing away from doing something special.
Here comes Mike Yastrzemski to the plate. Yastrzemski in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. Well struck right field. O'Neill going back on it. And that one is off the wall. And he'll reach second with one away. So man aboard. Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. Smash to center, way back, and you can forget it. Home run.
Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
2 down.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
Dom Smith stands in, and he has the chance to homer for the second time this inning.
I'm sure it never crossed his mind he'd get another chance to do that again in this inning, but here we are. Let's see if he can pull it off.
Ground ball right side. Toss to Alonso. That one ends the onslaught. Back here in Atlanta. Now here's the Orioles DH, Ryan Mountcastle. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Orioles definitely being aggressive at the plate, but I think it's fair to wonder if they're being a little over-aggressive. The numbers tell us they're swinging at the first pitch more than 90% of the time, and that's an extremely high number, especially when you're not getting results, Boo.
This one high in the air to left center. Full extension makes the catch. What a play. Foul ball. The 0-1. And it's fouled away. The 0-2. Bunting, and it's right in front of the plate. Throws to first in time. One attempt doesn't work. They get the out. 2 outs. Base is empty. Kobe Mayo, the next to hit for the Orioles. Right back to him on the mound. In plenty of time to first. And that is back at Truist Park. Putting on a show at the plate today as the Sprite chart gives us a look at their 6 homers so far.
Yeah, they've been sending them out all over the yard, Boog. Doesn't seem like there's anywhere for these pitchers to hide.
swings and blasts one deep to left center. That's back. And that's going to bang against the wall. And he starts the bottom of the third with a double.
A little more backspin on that instead of the top spin. He's jogging around the bases rather than pulling up at second.
That one is absolutely belted. That's got a chance. Makes the catch crashing into the wall. And he's in safely at third with one out.
What an outstanding effort going all the way back to the warning track and leaving his feet to bring that one in. It's so tough to jump on the run like that and time it perfectly. So that was awesome.
To the right
Foul
side.
ball.
And foul ball. Now the 0-1. Shot into the gap, and that should bring in the run. The run scores from third. It's 10-0. Here is Matt Olson. That one pushed foul out of play off to the left. Grounder might be two. Tosses to first. He's out.
Hit an absolute tape measure shot last time up.
In the air, right center. This is mashed. Way back and gone.
That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
Gets him to chase after that one.
The pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Two down, nobody on. Scorched to center. No doubt about it. That is long gone. They go back to back. And here comes Ozzie Albies to the dish.
Coming off an absolute bomb in his last at-bat.
Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the third. Back in Atlanta Truist Park. Here's the Orioles leadoff hitter, Gunnar Henderson.
Oh, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Swing and a miss. There's that changeup. Sit down on strikes, and that's 4 strikeouts. Henderson not happy about that called strike. Here's the challenge. So the call will stand. So they're now out of challenges. Swing and a ground ball to first. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th. And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
And a foul ball. Two down, nobody on. In the air, right side of the infield. Olson has a beat on it. And that is that. So this game's a bit of a blowout, Siggy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's do it.
All right, Siggy, we've been in all the press boxes. You got best press box food.
I'd say press box food because of the ice cream. We have to go Philadelphia.
Yeah. Shout out to our guy Frank.
Yes. New York for me is pretty good. Yankees?
Yeah, solid.
Yeah.
2 down, bases empty. Here's Mauricio Dubon. Hit hard on the ground is short. The throw to first. They don't come any quicker. 3 pitches. We go to the top of the 5th. Now the Orioles catcher, Adley Rutschman. And first offering is fouled off.
He's been pitching well, but we'll see what kind of adjustment the hitters make this second time through the order. We'll know if he's got really good stuff in this one.
Got him looking. Now 1 away.
Now this guy is just filling up the strike zone right now. Don't want to get yourself in an 0-2 hole. You better be ready to pull the trigger on the first pitch.
Swing and a bouncer. Throw on to Olsen. Now only one out remaining.
The center fielder, Colton.
2 outs, base is empty. Colton Cowser getting ready to hit. 0 for 1 so far. Swing and a foul straight back.
This lineup is having a tough time finding a good rhythm at the plate. Their swings are disjointed, which tells me they're having issues with pitch recognition. Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
The Orioles down to their final strike. Ground ball, and this should do it. On to first, ball game. And the Braves take this one in a blowout.
They saw complete domination in this one. The offense exploded for a blowout, and then the pitching staff nails. Locked down the opponent. This team did everything right today.
Final score in this one, 13-0. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.